Hi, welcome to Swin at Dusk, perfect for cozy nights, quiet moments, or when your heart needs a little warmth. I am Brittany, and I hope you'll love tonight's story. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts right after.
The Pianist in Apartment 7. The first time Elena heard the piano, it was a rainy Thursday evening. She had just moved into the aging brownstone on the edge of the city, lured by its vintage charm and the promise of quiet, a place where creaky floors and leaded windows whispered stories from decades past. Her apartment, 9, shared a wall with 7, though she hadn't seen anyone go in or out of that door since the moment she moved in. The building had an eerie hush, the kind only old places held, where time stretched long and still like a shadow across dusk-lit wood. The melody began low and tentative, like a memory waking up from a long slumber. Notes drifted through the walls in a lazy waltz, soft, haunting, imperfect. Elena froze mid-unpacking, one hand still inside a box of mismatched mugs, her head tilted toward the sound. It wasn't polished, but it was drenched in feeling. She imagined slender fingers brushing across ivory keys, each note a confession, each pause a sigh. Night after night, the music returned, never on schedule, always surprising. Sometimes it was melancholy, like a farewell whispered in a train station. Other times it was frantic, desperate, as if someone were trying to outpace their own heart. Elena started making a ritual of it. She'd pour a glass of red, light a candle, and sit near the wall, eyes closed, letting the music wash over her. It felt like being touched without ever being seen. She created stories in her mind. Was it a lonely old man in a faded robe? A former prodigy, now shrouded in obscurity? A ghost with fingers that remembered life more than the spirit ever could? 3 weeks passed before she saw him. It was a rainy Sunday afternoon, another soundtrack of soft percussion on the windows. She had wandered down to the laundry room in flannel and messy hair, thinking only of warm clothes and the scent of fabric softener. That's when he appeared. He was tall, somewhere in his mid-30s, with unkempt, dark hair that curled slightly at the ends, and eyes that looked like they hadn't known peace in years. His hoodie was worn, sleeves pushed up to reveal strong forearms, fingers twitching slightly as if still playing invisible keys. They reached for the same dryer sheet box. 7? She asked, her voice softer than she intended. He blinked, startled.
Yeah, you must be 9.
She smiled, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear. You play beautifully. A brief silence, then a half smile. I used to. Their exchange lasted under 2 minutes, but something in it lingered like smoke in still air. After that day, the music shifted. It became richer, more confident, a warmth threaded through the notes, like sunrise seeping through blinds. One night, impulsively, Elna stood outside his door, bottle of wine in hand, nerves tangled in her throat. She knocked. He opened it, eyes surprised. but something unspoken passed between them. He stepped aside. His apartment smelled like cedarwood, rain-soaked pages, and solitude. Sheet music littered every surface, coffee tables, chairs, even the floor. A bookshelf sagged under the weight of dusty tomes and vinyl records. The piano sat by the window, its wood chipped at the corners, keys faded and worn, but beautiful, like a body with a history. They talked, her on the couch, him leaning on the piano bench. His name was Julian. Once a prodigy, he had played in cities she only dreamed of. Vienna, Paris, Prague. But fame had faded with grief. A woman, a choice he hadn't made in time. Silence had claimed him for years. Then he played, and she listened. Later, she joined him. Her touch on the keys was awkward, unsure, but he didn't laugh. Instead, he guided her, his hand over hers, his voice a whisper. The music swelled slowly, a duet of hesitation and discovery. When their eyes met, breath held between chords, something inevitable sparked. Their kiss was soft at first, almost questioning, then deeper, hungrier. His lips tasted of aged wine and silent ache. Her hands slid into his hair, pulling him closer, their hearts beating out a new rhythm. That night, time dissolved. They explored each other slowly, not like strangers, but like people relearning how to feel. His touch was reverent, hers curious. In the dark, they spoke in sighs and moans, notes unplayed but understood. Skin on skin, they built a song only they could hear. Mornings followed, quiet but no longer lonely. She cooked, he played. Sometimes they didn't speak at all, just existed in the same space, breath synchronized, silence shared like a favorite record. The brownstone, once a relic of solitude, hummed with life. Until one morning, she woke to stillness. The piano was covered. A single sheet of paper rested on top, folded in half. Her name written in careful script.
Some songs aren't meant to last forever. Thank you for letting me finish mine.
He was gone. No forwarding address, no goodbye kiss, just echoes. Elena stood in the doorway of his apartment, sunlight painting golden rectangles on the dusty floor. The room felt hollow. The silence was different now. It wasn't peace, it was absence. Days passed, then weeks. Eventually, she opened the piano. She played. Not well, not with grace, but with all the feeling she had left. And when it rained, the walls whispered his song back to her. She smiled through tears. Some music never leaves. It just waits for someone else to listen.
Hope you enjoyed the story and it stimulated your imagination. We have more stories to come and look forward to hearing from you. Please like, subscribe, and leave us a comment.